and actually help them throughout in making their dreams come true to expand their markets. And I'm also working, I'm working with about 10 companies, and we're going to be distributing their products. And there's several companies that were really great. Like, for example, we have a hugger project, which is one of my latest projects from that group, which is actually a rag doll that has long arms and a big heart. And when you wrap it around your neck, it actually feels like you're having a hug. And I kind of fell in love with that project because the creator of that project has been helping as well women in Colombia that were victims of domestic violence. And not only do we give them work, they also, the dolls, come with a book that teaches children and anybody that buys the product emotional development and how to deal with their emotions, such as fear, anger, frustration. And I really fell in love with that project. So we are doing, supporting them. We're being sponsors to do a crowdfunding. I think it's going to be in November. And we have sponsors, and we're looking for sponsors in the United States. And when you buy one, you give one away. And we have chosen several nonprofits that we would be giving, like Children's Hospital. We have other foundations of refugee children that came without their parents, and so on and so forth, that we want to donate one of those products. The other products, they all have some sort of a social component. We have another project that it's actually from indigenous jewelry, and there's art that was being lost. And we have a jewelry designer that is actually looking into promoting the people to keep that kind of an art, and they're beautiful pieces of jewelry. And I'm going to be working with several indigenous groups in Colombia as well to be able to sell the product and then have part of the proceeds fund the programs that we will be developing with them.
Wow, Sophie, so I'm so impressed that, you're looking at the fact that there are these people that are up to things, but you're actually helping to move their dreams into a monetized way so that they can actually support themselves. I love the idea of the Hunger Project because, with all the isolation that's going on in the world right now, what a fabulous introduction to connecting with the heart again. And I saw a picture of one of the dolls. It's very interesting because it doesn't have a face, but it has a heart on it. And I love that focus because that's really the message, is connecting with the heart. And from everything that you've said, I really feel that that's what you're doing with people. You're connecting with the heart, and you're translating it into being able to monetize for what their things are up to, right?
Right. Absolutely. I think it's very important for them to be able to have the sustainability that those programs need. And it's my opinion that a lot of the businesses are becoming more socially conscious, and that the nonprofits are finding out that they need to self-generate and allow a certain sustainability to their programs. So, I have a project, as you know, in Honduras with women and their chocolate, and it was a model that we created, and then we are able to, it's being monetized, and I'm going down, and we're going to have, we have training with the women, and we show them, like I work with couple of wonderful ladies. One specializes in women programs in MIT, and the other one used to be a professor in Harvard, and they transform communities. So what we need to do is we need to we go there, we train them, we become part of their projects. We want to make sure that they become prosperous in what they do. And that's our payback to their contribution for growing products and providing us with whatever we enjoy.
Tell us more about this chocolate from Honduras and what is so special.
Okay, well, what's special about the chocolate is that it was my first project that I actually started that was designed, and now we got 10 other projects that we're working with the women that I told you about. Many of my projects have had a social component, but importing chocolate from Honduras, we imported chocolate that comes from an area which is where the Mayas used to, the Mayans lived. And it's got wonderful, beautiful soil. And they, and all of the cocoa is not grown by large corporations. Like I work with a co-op that has 2,060 small farmers. And what I found out when I found out the chocolate that they grow, it's first class, but because of the lack of training, they were losing a lot of that quality in the process. Like they didn't take the chocolate, they didn't know how to ferment it, they didn't know how to dry it properly, and they didn't have the means. So we started working with a co-op, and right now we actually get the cocoa, and we make sure that it's first class, it's organic. It's grown by very small farmers, actually the families, and they bring it into a co-op, and the co-op actually, they have cars that go and pick it up because some of these people have to come from high in the mountains and carry, I've heard stories about people just coming down and carrying in their back because they didn't have transportation and bringing all of that. So now we have vehicles that actually go pick it up. We can get it fermented on time. And then there's actually the co-op now has a plant. And like they say, all of the members benefit from the plant. We convert it into chocolate. And it's a pure chocolate that we don't have any additives. It's organic. It comes from wonderful soil. It's cultivated by, these families. And I think there's a lot of love that goes into it. And you bring it, we bring it down, and then it's made into chocolate. The chocolate is exported to the U.S., and we have a company that is very well known. You probably heard about it, but it's Sweet Street. Sweet Street was founded in 1979 by a woman, and she loves the program and started buying our chocolate that actually it's exported from the World Trade Center, and we make a commitment to the women and the men that as they grow their farms, then we will purchase 100% of their production. And as long as they participate in all the training that we give them for them to do their part. And so we bring the chocolate, and Sandy makes a brownie right now. And we started out distributing the brownies with Barnes & Noble. You can find it at Barnes & Noble. And it's one of the manifesto chocolate from Honduras. And on the back, you can read a little bit of the story. And then we started, a lot of other companies started buying the chocolate. They loved it. And back at the end of last year, we got Disney World took it on.
Oh,
and
wow.
So, yeah, so now you can find it in their shops and hotels and so on and so forth. So now I go back to the people and I say, okay, now we need to grow more, and that's how they become prosperous.
That's
the proceeds
awesome.
And it's a lot of fun.
Oh my God,
so much
Sophie,
fun.
it's a beautiful, beautiful sharing. And I'm so excited we can actually experience this chocolate from Honduras as well. I'm so sorry because we've run out of time, but you've done a great job. I just wanted people to know that they can that you're hard to find. But there is a website address that we've discovered that might be coming on soon, which is www.wtcsps.com. And they can reach you at srovira, ROVIRA, at wtcsps.com. So I want to just say, you have one thing you want to say about the Hugger?
Yeah, the Hugger is going to be on crowdfunding in November. And the Hugger, you know, I think if you want to send it to your loved ones, it's a perfect gift.
Is it a website that we don't know about yet?
Yes. And I can, is there any way I can get it to them? I think if you just say Hugger, you will find lots of things, videos and things like that will show you the product.
That would be HUGGER. Thank you so very much. This has been incredible. We barely touched the surface of all that you are, but you're really inspiring. So thank you, Sophie, for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me be part of your community.
Thanks for tuning into our show on societybitesradio.com. Don't worry if you've missed a show. You can find them all on our website at SarasotaHolisticChamberofCommerce.com.